Eyerotzen masi dari yehe hola hola. Koresi tzethien niholni. Always watch the earth. Tzethien, take care of what you have, because you won't always have it like it is now.
This land is land that was bequeathed to us by our ancestors. It was purchased in lots of tears and blood, and is less than 1% of what we originally had. It's important because it's us as Dennis Utlina.
I'm not afraid for me right now because I know what's going on, but I'm afraid for the younger people if they're going to have the reserve in the future. And if we lose our language, we're going to lose everything else.
Our people already put our future together, and in there it explains a land management within Denini. That's our traditional territory. And so I think since we don't have a land management plan that for on reserve, that this is the first start of something new.
Kind of emotional to talk about the days and years I spent here as a child. I know every little spot where people lived in this area.
We have the ability to help one another preserve what we have. It's not big land.
This is where I grew up, right? For most of my younger years, and this is where most of my family is. And this land's really important because there's so much potential. We can do so much with our land.
This plan is for everyone. And we as a community, I've been told, is that we were always collectively working together under one, together as a vision. And that's how things used to be. And I think everyone, as the plan goes forward, is going to be affected by this plan.
There's things that, we can use, where we have our medicines, we can use it for hunting, we can build more and eventually maybe even have a sustainable community.
My great-grandparents lived here, and this is where I was basically born.
I grew up here as a kid, and we used to camp over this way, fish here. We'd sit at camp like most of the summer here. My uncle and then my late uncle raised us out here.
It's a community. When you need help, we all come together and we make it work.
Birch bark baskets are also kind of scarce, where people are not teaching that anymore. People are too busy, but we still have to take care of our land with the birch bark trees, right? And this right here, this was painted by one of our First Nations members. And so I think it's important that when we have stuff like this, we're able to, show what our lands and what it has done for us.
When we were kids in the summertime, this lake was beautiful. No pollution, no nothing, pure waters. We drank water right out of there.
Let's govern what we have and become the stewards that I was told that's who we used to be.
We're trying to preserve this land just for recreation. That's all. No one can live here anymore because we're saving it just for that. This is the only recreational area there is on Cold Lake First Nation.
My vision would be to see more housing. We have to conserve our space in the area of where we live because we need to work together to build more housing. I believe we are at 214 houses that are going to be looked at in the future. We could be looking at 500. in a couple of years, maybe a few years, right?
I'd like to see a humane society.
We can be sustainable and we can do things, and we don't have to depend on, maybe the government and outsiders, where we can always just come in and build from within.
What I also pray about is that our people will find the courage to go back to find things like dignity, which we used to have, and to live in the way that our Athnade, like our respected elders, lived, and the way that Nodarie wants us to live. We have to get back on the land and say, even if we go for a nature walk, if it's along the old trails and stuff, those blessings are waiting for us.
We're already doing things, but we don't have a plan. So I really want to encourage our members to say, well, if you want to help encourage what's going to happen in the future, well, here's an opportunity.
Esa, etletarai dire, esa, tanto nagidengile, etletarai dire, no ha sine zuhasi.